Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're setting out to explore, I think, one of the most unexpected connections you could imagine.
Right.
We're talking high-performance sports, stage magic, and, well, successful human relationships.
It sounds like a stretch, I know. Yeah. But the through line is actually surprisingly clear. We're unpacking a framework for social mastery.
A framework built on three pretty disparate ideas. Right?
Exactly. We're looking at Kobe Bryant's Mamba mentality, Bruce Lee's idea of non-telegraphic movement, and a psychological concept we're calling the proxemic fadeaway.
And these aren't just, athletic tactics. The idea is that they're tools for building genuine connection.
Or, and this is the important part, for manipulation if they're in the wrong hands.
Okay, so for this deep dive, we've got a ton of great sources. We've looked at research on kinesics, proxemics, which is the study of personal space.
Yeah, the science of it.
The history of magic, evolutionary psychology and dating, and of course, a lot of analysis on Kobe Bryant's legacy.
And the central question we want you, the listener, to hold on to is this. How can you use this kind of high-level focus, these subtle nonverbal cues, to foster a real, authentic connection?
While avoiding that trap of manipulation.
That's the whole game. So, let's dive in.
All right, let's start with the mindset, the engine behind all of this. What exactly is the Mamba mentality in its original context?
Well, most people know it as this, fierce slogan for athletes.
Yeah.
But it was much deeper for Kobe.
It was personal.
It was deeply personal. It's a fully constructed psychological identity, an alter ego he actually created during a really difficult time for him, back in 2003, 2004.
So he needed something to separate the man from the chaos.
Precisely. He needed something external, something relentless that could just focus on the task at hand. At its core, it's a mindset of just relentless drive and resilience.
It's so interesting that he manufactured a persona to solve a human problem. It wasn't just, I'm going to train harder.
No, it was about changing his self-talk. And that intensity is built on 5 key pillars. The first one is obsession.
And that's not just a vague desire to win.
Not at all. It's a ruthless attention to detail. It's breaking a huge goal down into the smallest possible micro steps.
So for a writer, it's obsessing over one word.
Or for an analyst, it's digging into that one data point no one else sees. The next pillar is relentlessness. Just never settling.
Always pushing.
Always. Then resiliency, which is critical. Failure is not a setback. It's data. Every missed shot was just information to calibrate the next one.
I love that. Data collection. And fourth,
fearlessness. The courage to try new things, to fail in public, and not care what people think. And all of this, he said, was fueled by passion.
Okay, so let's make the link. We're not talking about being obsessed with a person.
No, absolutely not. That's stalking.
Right. We're talking about applying that same relentless, granular focus to the craft of connection itself.
That is the perfect way to put it. Think about Kobe after basketball. He won an Oscar for a short film. That wasn't luck.
It was the same process.
It was the Mamba process applied to storytelling. Obsessing over script structure, pacing, visuals. In a relationship, that translates to noticing the tiny things.
Like remembering an offhand comment they made 2 months ago about their favorite coffee.
Exactly. Or picking up on their micro-expressions when we talk about something tough. That level of investment, that detailed attention, it feels like true presence.
Okay, so if Mamba focus is the internal engine, how do we translate that into something that feels, authentic and not forced?
That's where Bruce Lee comes in, with this idea of non-telegraphic movement.
From his martial art, Jeet Kune Do.
Right. And his philosophy was all about efficiency, economy of motion. You want to execute a powerful strike with the least amount of wasted energy, time, or distance.
And the key is no wind-up.
Exactly. If your opponent sees the wind-up, the punch is telegraphed. They see it coming, they can block it.
So in a social interaction, what does telegraphing look like, and why is it so bad for building trust?
Well, telegraphing is basically signaling that your action is premeditated or forced. It feels performed.
Like when someone is trying way too hard to be funny.
Yes. You can see the effort. You can almost feel them preparing the joke. And performance, it just doesn't build real, authentic trust.
So give us a concrete example. Telegraphed versus non-telegraphed.
Okay, a telegraphed action could be forced enthusiasm. Laughing way too loudly at a joke that wasn't that funny. It signals your own anxiety, your need for approval. It's a social wind-up.
I see.
A non-telegraphed action feels effortless. It's spontaneous. Think about the situational wit. A a funny detail you both noticed earlier, and you bring it back naturally 30 minutes later.
An inside joke.
A shared reality.
Yeah.
Or making a humble joke at your own expense. Those things land because they feel real, not like a strategy. They signal that your focus is on the other person, not on yourself.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. The sports analogy meeting psychology. Let's talk about the proxemic fadeaway. First, what is proxemics?
Proxemics is simply the study of interpersonal distance. It's something we all do unconsciously to regulate our emotional states, to manage discomfort or threat.
So the 4 zones, can you break those down for us in a relatable way?
Sure. You have intimate space, less than a foot. That's reserved for extreme closeness. You can smell their cologne.
Right.
Then personal space, 1 to 4 feet. The friends and family zone, think sitting across a small coffee table.
Got it.
Social space is next, 4 to 12 feet. That's your professional distance, talking to a colleague. And finally, public space, 12 feet and beyond, like a lecturer on a stage.
And we really feel it when those first 2 zones are breached.
Deeply.
So the fadeaway. In basketball, it's a genius move to create space. How does a proxemic fadeaway work? It sounds counterintuitive to pull back when a connection is going well.
It feels that way, but it's actually the opposite of weakness. It's a strategic, non-telegraphic receding.
So leaning back a little.
Leaning back, taking a small step away, even just lowering your vocal intensity right after a peak moment of connection, a big laugh, a moment of intimacy, you create exit space.
And why is that so powerful?
Because it builds trust by respecting their autonomy. There's this thing called reactance theory. Basically, when people feel pressured or cornered, they instinctively push back.
To regain control.
Exactly. By stepping back, by creating a little scarcity, you eliminate that pressure. You're non-verbally saying, your comfort is more important than my need for closeness right now.
Wow.
It actually accelerates the bond because you are proving you are safe. The connection feels valuable because it's not being demanded. It's Mamba level discipline, prioritizing the long-term bond over a short-term emotional rush.
Okay, I have to say, this combination of relentless observation and strategic leverage is starting to sound a little like psychological warfare.
I get it, and that brings us right to mentalism and stage magic.
Because that's what they do, right? They're masters of this.
They are the ultimate masters of attention management. The whole art of misdirection is designed to arrest, direct, captivate, and control the audience's attention.
To divert them away from the secret method.
Precisely. To make the move happen undetected. A modern master like Darren Brown is very open about it. He uses a blend of magic, memory techniques, and cognitive psychology.
So he's using Mamba-level observation to know exactly where people aren't looking.
That's it. And in a social interaction, you can repurpose that principle. Techniques like a subtle proxemic fadeaway work below conscious awareness to build rapport. You're making the other person feel seen, but not studied.
Okay, so what does that observation look like when we're trying to build affinity, that sense of flow?
This is where kinesic attunement, or mirroring, comes in. It's a core technique.
Mirroring their posture.
Subtly, yes. Mirroring their posture, the pace of their breathing, their vocal cadence. It's an invisible bridge that signals you're on the same wavelength. If they lean in a few seconds later, you lean in a little.
But it has to be non-telegraphic, not like you're a robot mimicking them.
Oh, absolutely not. That would be completely telegraphed and creepy. It has to feel natural. Another thing is the belly button rule, orienting your torso and feet towards them. It signals full, undivided attention.
And verbally.
Verbally, it's active listening. This is the verbal Mamba application. You are fully present. You're not waiting for your turn to talk. You're responding thoughtfully, asking clarifying questions, and remembering those tiny granular details. It's the ultimate proof of investment.
So we've laid out the power of this framework, the focus, the leverage. We have to draw a really clear ethical line here. When does this skillful connection cross over into manipulation or love bombing?
This is the most important part of the conversation, and it all comes down to intent and transparency.
Okay.
Influence is ethical when it supports the other person's sense of freedom and competence. We call that autonomy supportive. It becomes manipulation when your intent is to leverage their vulnerabilities for your own selfish goals. That's autonomy undermining.
Love bombing feels like a twisted version of Mamba mentality.
It is. It's the grooming variant. It uses that same obsession for detail gathering, but it weaponizes it. It's way too intense, way too soon. It's used to find insecurities and create dependency, to make the target feel like only the manipulator truly gets them.
The goal is possession, not partnership.
Exactly. Genuine investment is consistent and proportional. It nurtures the relationship at a pace that feels safe for the other person. The commitment is to the health of the relationship, not the dependence of the partner.
So is there a simple way, a test for the listener to tell the difference?
We call it the no test. It's simple. When you politely say no to a request or you assert a boundary, just watch their reaction.
What are we looking for?
A genuinely invested person accepts your no without a change in their demeanor. Their affection stays consistent. A manipulator, on the other hand, will often get cold or use guilt or remind you of all the nice things they've done for you to try and get control back.
That's a huge tell. It's about consistency over time because anyone can wear a mask for a few months.
Exactly. That mask of relentless perfection always cracks eventually. True craftsmanship aligns words and actions over a long timeline.
Okay, let's bring this all into the modern world. People are talking a lot about slow dating, being more intentional. What kind of archetypes actually succeed long-term using these authentic skills?
Well, we see that modern attraction really values stability and intentionality. For long-term satisfaction, it's all about culture and safety. Certain profiles consistently rank as top pleasers.
What do you mean by that?
These are people, men and women, who demonstrate a kind of Mamba focus on competence and presence, combined with a high level of attunement.
So what professions show up?
You see fields that require calm authority and the ability to regulate nervous systems. So doctors, nurses, physical therapists, they signal care and competence in a crisis. Teachers and professors also score very high. They're trained in attunement.
That makes sense.
And interestingly, skilled trades, craftsmen, people who work with their hands, they signal competence, reliability, kind of grounded presence. It's that combination of Mamba-level skill and non-telegraphic authenticity that creates safety over time.
That's a world away from historical figures like, say, Genghis Khan, who succeeded through status and power.
Totally different game. That was about coercion. The modern goal is mutual flourishing. Success today comes from applying these techniques, the fadeaway to respect autonomy, non-telegraphic action for authenticity, and Mamba mentality for deep investment to achieve that mutual growth.
So a better model might be someone like Casanova.
A much better, if complicated model. He relied on intense observation and charm, not structural power.
Which brings us, I think, to our core takeaway. True social mastery isn't about some trick or a hack. It's about channeling a high-performance mindset.
That Mamba focus on the details.
And marrying it with subtle, authentic execution, the fadeaway, the non-telegraphic action. It's about fostering genuine, non-pressured presence and respect.
And here's a final thought I'd like to leave you with. Kobe Bryant created the Black Mamba to navigate a deep personal crisis. It allowed him to focus fearlessly and relentlessly on self-improvement. So if you applied that same level of fearless, relentless self-improvement, that Mamba obsession, not just to your job, but to mastering the details of genuine comfort, attunement, and emotional safety for others, what would your relational crafts alter ego look like? Something to ponder until next time.